Hi, my name's Gabby and I lead at Apollo Wildlife.
I'm Robert and I lead at Rincon and University High School Young Life. We'd like to take the next few minutes to show you some of the lives we've seen changed with the help of Young Life.
My family didn't have much of a religious background when I was growing up.
When I was in 7th grade, my mom passed away and I started to shy away from church because that was what reminded me of her the most.
Growing up, I didn't have a supporting family.
When I got pregnant, I was 17.
When I first got pregnant, I was on the run.
I was scared. Scared because I didn't have I had a mother, but not a real definition of a mother.
They talk about in the Bible about a couple of friends who have a friend who cannot walk at all. Make a hole in the house and blow him down. And God heal that man.
Our first involvement with Young Life was, we knew about it, but then going to the banquet and seeing what it was all about.
I got involved with Young Life in sophomore year. My best friend was going. My dad thought it would be a good idea for me to go and get out of the house.
I went to a group home and they were talking about Young Lives. So I came to the place that we're meeting for Young Lives.
6th grade, I liked this girl, and she was into wildlife. And so she went to the first meeting of that year, and ever since then I just couldn't get up. So wildlife, that's all I think about.
The first time I heard about Young Lives was when I got found by the cops to be taken to my group home. And I actually had to go to Young Lives, like not even a week later after I got to my group home.
My leaders are they're just like all my friends, so we get along really well and just hang out and goof off.
Oh, Molly's is a mentor, a friend. Me and her go out and talk about life. She's just like a little angel on the side. There to guide me and talk to me, so I won't be alone.
The thing that's so cool about Young Life is it's not led by adults like us. I mean, it's led by kids that have just been out of high school just a little bit and they're in college and they're incredibly enthusiastic and they're living what we're hoping our kids will do. You know, they're walking with Christ and they come in and they come to the schools and they meet the kids where they are. If they are in athletic events or drama or music, you know, that's where they are.
The way I met Cindy was, I had stopped coming to Young Lives for a couple months and I was going through hard times and I actually had nowhere to go one night and I called one of the Young Life leaders and I told her that I didn't know what to do anymore, and she called Cindy, I guess, and then early in the morning, because it was around 2 in the morning when I had called her, I called Cindy and Cindy came and picked me up and took me into her home.
The leader of camp is 24 and a half days and 20.
You know, the opportunity was opened up for me to become a Capernaum leader. I've worked with kids with special needs for going on 12 years, but as a therapist in a professional realm. I had an opportunity to be able to enjoy developing relationships with the families and with these kids, but a personal relationship that didn't center around trying to achieve certain goals, trying to have a specific answer for them from the professional realm. And most importantly, being able to share Jesus with them and just to be able to share their lives with them.
Well, I had seen Karen at Young Lives probably a year ago, and she doesn't remember, but She was sitting off by herself and dressed in all black with black makeup and pretending like she really didn't want to be involved in anything. And then our second reacquaintance was through the fact that she had no place to go. And I told my husband, we've got an extra room. How do we just allow a young lady to stay on the street and pregnant? So we took a chance and opened up our home.
When I met Laisha, I really felt like I connected with her, and that's when the leader of Young Lives said that she really thought I should become a mentor and start working with some of the girls at the group home where Laisha lived.
Before Wildlife, before the camp, Colton was just a guy who showed up at my school, you know, held Wildlife and then left. But during and after camp, he became more or less a family member, if you will.
Louis is, first of all, an absolute clown. He was such a joy to have on the trip just because of how much laughter he brought to our entire cabin. Guys he'd known for years, or guys he just met. He was one of the funniest guys I've ever met. But Louis, you talk to him for 5 minutes, you learn that he's one of the smartest people in the room instantly. He's always got something to say. He's always ready to talk to people and have a fun conversation. And he's ready to open up too, which is just something you don't see a lot.
Summer camp is probably the best experience I've had in my life. It's a lot of fun to get away from everything and just be with your friends and people that know you for who you are, not who you appear to be, for a week, and just have fun with your friends.
But I would definitely have to say camp was such an amazing experience, and I think both Laisha and the other girl that went had an amazing time.
My favorite thing at camp is the blob and breakfast.
The parents have remarked that even after just 1 week at camp, that their kids came back with a greater independence, just a greater sense of purpose. They were just living their lives more kind of intentionally, even just by going to camp for 1 week. And that I want the community to be able to see that as these kids build up this confidence, they can go out and they can really be active participants in our community and active witnesses to those around them.
If you go at the camp, say about a sin on the cross, that God died for our sin.
In the last 6 months, as I've gotten to know our Capernaum friends, I've just been amazed at the depth of understanding that they have for the Lord. I'd say even in a way that I don't know if I'll ever be able to understand and to experience. Because I think that they come to know the Lord with that childlike faith that it talks about in the Bible.
I told God that Jenny has a hard time in life. And I want to know that God loves you and turn your life back to God.
Wildlife Camp itself really made me believe that there is a God and that I should get to know Him. And yeah, I really started believing in God after.
At the end of camp, she had a strong knowledge in her head that Jesus was always with her and that she wasn't alone and that she didn't walk in this world alone.
And what's so cool is seeing my kids have their own relationship with Christ and seeing them talk about that with other kids. I think that's just phenomenal.
Young Lives to me is a door opening to being better in life. That's what I think of Young Lives.
Yeah, I see myself continuing to be involved with Young Life after I graduate because I like the way that it's helped me and step out of my bubble and become closer to Christ, and I'd like to help other people do that.
I think Louis and I are going to be friends as long as we're able to stay in touch with each other. I mean, it's the age of technology. If we're a phone call away, if we're a Facebook chat away, we'll be friends for life.
We hope this video has given you a good picture of what we do in Young Life as we're meeting kids where they're at and introducing them to and helping them build a relationship with Jesus.
Thanks for taking the time to see what we're all about.